things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to the ballpark as we're getting set for Game 1 between ICC and Pearl River, a top 20 tussle here in Poplarville, as ICC earning their highest ranking of all time at number 2. Pearl River comes in ranked number 18 in the country. We're just moments away from that Renaissance Bank opening pitch here from Poplarville. You see a beautiful day for baseball here near the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Coaches are meeting at home plate, and we'll have the starting lineups called out momentarily along with the national anthem here from Poplarville. Let's hear a few more words from our sponsors. We'll be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
What's better than waiting in line at the bank? Literally everything. Renaissance Bank's mobile check deposit lets you take care of checks wherever you want. Click on Deposit Check in the Renaissance mobile app. Read and hit Continue on the bottom of the notice page. Sign it. Write your name, account number, and for mobile deposit only on the back. Photograph it, front and back, so we know it's real. Type in the amount, choose the account to deposit into, click Continue, and go on your way. You'll receive an email that is being processed, but hold on to the hard copy until the check clears, and then rip it up and throw it away. So what are you waiting for? Download the Renaissance mobile banking app and make waiting in line a thing of the past. Check, phone, check. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
This broadcast on Let'sGoICCTV.com is presented by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Food Giant, the Sonic of Fulton, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, the ICC BSU, Bank of Okolona, Legend Sports Grill, the ICC Wesley Foundation, Choice Pawn, Cagle Eye Center, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the ICC Alumni Association, and the ICC Foundation.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Burgers.
7-layer dip.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And an ice-cold Coke.
It's got to be cold.
It's Tailgate 101.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Pick sweet vegetables, just 88 cents. Sister Schubert rolls, 2 for $5. And Duncan Hines cake mix, only 98 cents.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
I could get the extra most bestest with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for $6. Or I could get a pizza with less toppings for more money.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're just moments away from that Renaissance Bank opening pitch here in Game 1 between ICC and Pearl River. You see the Pearl River pitcher getting his warm-up tosses here. Let's take a look at today's Cagle Eye Center umpires. Behind home plate will be Bill Steradit, and on the bases will be Daryl Venezi. Those are your Cagle Eye Center umpires here for Game 1. Of course, they'll flip those roles in Game 2. Today's starting pitcher for Pearl River is Paige Shermer. Or Shamar Page, I should say. They had the name listed backwards. He is 5-0 on the year. He's pitched 25 2/3 innings. He's given up 16 hits, 7 runs. 5 of those earned, 8 walks. He struck out a team-high 39. He has a nice ERA at 1.75. For ICC to look this way, starting things off will be Connor Lewis, Kyle Krieger, and Justin Medlin due up here for the Indians. Of course, we'll take a look at our Coca-Cola starting lineups in between innings. So this will be Connor Lewis coming to the plate, as this is a highly anticipated matchup here between these two teams. We'll go over some of the standings in the league in a moment. The Renaissance Bank opening pitch misses outside for a ball. It comes at 2:04. 2:04 is the Renaissance Bank opening pitch. RenaissanceBank.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. That pitch missing outside. 2-0 now is the count. Well, a unique thing about the ballpark here at Dub Paw Paw Herring Park, they do have a radar gun that is located in the upper right-hand corner of the scoreboard, so we'll be able to see some speeds. This is going to be a fly ball out to left field. Left fielder's going to camp underneath it for the putout for out number 1. Well, it's going to be an adventure today, folks. The wind is gusting at time, blowing out towards the gap in left field. We did see a few balls get out of the ballpark in warm-ups for both teams, or BP for both teams. And now this is going to be Kyle Krieger. Krieger, the third baseman, batting .361 on the year. He's got a .412 on base percentage and a .514 slugging. Takes that first pitch on the corner of the plate for strike 1. That one going at 87. Time is taken here. And the umpires seeing that the door to one of the bullpens open out there in the outfield, so the center fielder will race over and close that one. ICC comes into the series 19-3 overall, 5-1 in conference play. Pearl River 20-4, 6-0 in conference play. They sit atop of the standings in the MACJC. ICC is third behind East Central, who is 7-1. Ground ball, third baseman's going to come up. It took a funny hop on it. He finds it, throws it over, and it's in the dirt. E5 on the play, and that'll allow the runner to get to second. So we'll see if they officially score that as an error on the board. And they do, E5, and that puts Krieger in scoring position. And now up is going to be Justin Medlin for the Indians. Scoreless here in the top of the first. Game 1 scheduled for 9 innings here in Poplarville, as this is going to be Justin Medlin, the first baseman. Justin batting .373 on the year. He's got a .465 on base percentage, .525 slugging percentage. He does have 12 RBIs. Would love to see him pick up number 13 here for the Indians. Checks the runner, delivers. Medlin takes a big, healthy swing at that one and comes up empty. Softball's in action. If you're looking for that, that's over on the Blue Channel. Lee Adams with the call there. ICC was up 3-0 in game 1 over Southwest. That was in the 4th. So 0-1 is the count here to Justin Medlin. Fouls this one back, and 0-2 now is the count. Take a look at the ballpark this afternoon there on Let's Go ICC TV. You see out there in left field above Pearl River, there's a gap, and the wind is blowing out towards center field. Now, whenever it does gust, it gusts pretty strong this afternoon, so a ball could travel with ease out of the ballpark. It is a hitter's park here at Pearl River. Awaiting the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day, and it belongs to Page of Pearl River. And now there's 2 outs, and this will be the DH, Drew Thomas, coming to the plate. Drew Thomas batting .345. He's got an on-base percentage of .441 and a slugging percentage of .448. He also one of 4 Indians with 12 RBIs. Would love to see him pick up that 13th and extend the inning here. Fastball at 86. Couldn't catch up with it. Strike 1. Well, Pearl River probably has, from top to bottom, one of the best pitching staffs in the state. You see the wind really picking up now out there in left center. Sets up on the outside, takes that one for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Good crowd making it out here on Good Friday. About a 4.5-hour drive from Fulton. Of course, I know the DeSantis family from the Laurel area. Going to have a lot of his friends and family here this afternoon. So waiting the 1-1 pitch here, 2 outs and a runner on second for the Indians. Curveball popped up, catcher drifting back. Will he run out of territory? Yes, he will, as that one bounces off the roof above us here in the ICC Foundation broadcast booth. And, of course, when we talk about the ICC Foundation, we want to remind you that you can contribute to Itawamba Community College through the ICC Foundation by visiting iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. So it's LeBryant Siddell on deck if we can get Drew Thomas on here with 2 outs and a runner on second. Top of the first, game 1 between ICC and Pearl River. Thought about going after that one in the dirt. Are they going to say he went? Wow. Well, we have a new sponsor on deck for the Indians, and that's Cagle Eye Center. And looks like right now the home plate umpire needs to make that trip down to Cagle and get his eyes checked out, as they called it a check swing for strike 3. And that will do it there for the Indians. So ICC gets no runs, no hits on one error. Cannot do anything with it after back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts by Page to end the inning. Let's keep it here and take a look at today's starting lineups, and let's take and start with the homestanding Wildcats of Pearl River. Leading things off will be the shortstop, Derek Eberly. Batting second, playing in left field, is Bryson Metis. Playing first base, batting third is Simon Landry. In right field will be batting fourth, Noah Barron. Matt Taylor will be in center field. He'll be batting fifth. Batting sixth will be the DH, Wiley Cleland. And batting seventh will be the third baseman, Luke Harper. Batting eighth and catching will be Magruder O'Bannon. And batting ninth will be Scooter Ginn. He'll be playing second base. Here's your lineup for the Indians. As we said, playing shortstop, leading things off, Connor Lewis. Batting second, playing third base, Kyle Krieger. Justin Medlin batting third. He'll be at first base. Drew Thomas is the DH today. He's batting fourth. LeBryant Siddell will be out in left field. Jackson Lancaster is the center fielder. Kyle Weaver, right field. Hunter Neighbors batting eighth and catching. And batting ninth is Kason Milliron. He'll be playing second base. On the hill for the Indians is the reigning MACJC Pitcher of the Week, Hunter Neighbors, coming off an amazing performance with 14 strikeouts in his win against Meridian. He is 5-0 on the year. He's pitched 35 2/3 innings. He's given up 30 hits, 13 runs, 11 of those earned. He's walked 12, struck out a team-high 43. He has a 2.78 ERA. He has given up 3 home runs on the year. So this is going to be Eberly coming to the plate, the shortstop. Batting .386, .409 on base percentage and slugging percentage. Of course, we talk about those Coca-Cola starting lineups. Coke and ICC, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Rick Collier hopes he's got a winning combination put together with these Game 1 starters. That first pitch from Houston Harding, across for a strike. Eberly, as we said, a .386 batter. Looks at that pitch. And that one's quickly across for a strike. 0-2 now. Hootie ahead in the count. Well, you'll hear fans shout Hootie every time he's on the mound. That's his nickname. Houston Harding awaiting the 0-2 pitch here. In the dirt. Couldn't get him to chase one. 1-2 now goes the count. We do want to say hello to the ICC family watching here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. For those that couldn't make the trip down here, seems like we have a pretty good following of ICC family members here cheering on the Indians. Curveball, and it's a beauty. Strike 3. Take a look at that one, and wow. Eberly taking a lot of time to get out of the batter's box, and here comes the Pearl River coach. Now, a buddy of mine who is at SID elsewhere, I won't name his name, he said he's going to give me the over-under of 4.5 on how many times this coach will come out and talk to the umpires and complain about calls. Well, he's off to a pretty good start. There's trip number 1, and we're not even out of the first inning. So a Renaissance Bank strikeout there of Eberly, and the umpire gave him a pretty long leash after he kind of showed him up there in their batter's box by not leaving with haste. And so now with 1 out, this will be Bryson Metis, the left fielder, and that pitch across for a strike. Menace, a .316 batter. He's got a .435 on base percentage, .474 slugging. Looks at that pitch, low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Partly cloudy day. Absolute beautiful day for baseball here on the coast, or near the coast, I should say. We're in Poplarville, Mississippi. Nice curveball that time at 70 miles per hour, missing for strike 2. 1-2 now is the count on the left fielder. One-two pitch coming, missing low. 2-2 now is the count. We'll talk about some Bank of Oklahoma scoreboard updates throughout the afternoon. We'll try to keep you posted on softball. That's going on the Blue Channel. This pitch fouled back. We'll stay at 2-2. Number 10 ICC leading Southwest 4-0. That's in the middle of the 6th inning there in game 1. 2-2 pitch coming, curveball, and it's a beauty. Woo! Boy, I tell you what, Cagle Eye Center probably going to get a lot of mentions today, as that was a beautiful pitch, closer than the one they called the last guy out on, and including Drew Thomas. There's a shot up the middle, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Tough play there at second. And Menace able to get on after lacing that pitch right back up the middle. Good stop over there at second, though, by Kason Milliron. Nearly had a chance to get up and throw that one over. If not, that gets down and possibly a double. And now this will be Landry coming to the plate. Simon Landry, a .420 batter, .473 on base percentage, and an impressive team-high .877 slugging. So we're scoreless in the bottom of the first. ICC and Pearl River. A little soft toss over to first. No tag applied. Looks the runner back. And now the batter will step out of the box. Landry with a team-high 9 home runs. And that 3-hole swings on that one, misses for strike 1. Well, he took a lot off of that one if the clock was right on, or I should say the gun was right on that one. 41 miles per hour. That's what they had on that changeup. Soft toss over to first. Metis, who singled in his at-bat, he does have 7 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. 0-1 offering in the dirt, blocked up, snap throw down, not in time. Nearly got Metis leaning towards second after the ball was in the dirt, was able to get back safely. 1-1 now is the count with 1 out and a runner on first here for the Wildcats. And swung on and miss. Strike 2. Boy, I tell you what, Landry took a healthy chop at that one. Just couldn't quite find it there. 1-2 is the count. Runner at first with 1 out. And they got the runner leaning. Throw over is to the second baseman instead of the shortstop, and it's going to be a stolen base. So just a miscue there. Looked like they had the runner dead to rights, but just they threw it to the wrong person. Shortstop coming in to cover. The second baseman was back, and they threw it to second. No chance to apply the tag there. So a break for the Wildcats. Curveball swung on and missed. They're going to throw down to third. The tag will be in time to get the out. So it'll be a strikeout. The second of the game, a fielder's choice, as the putout was 2-5 of Meta. Smart play that time, won by Pearl River to see if you couldn't maybe bait him into holding on to the ball long enough. And then you saw Hunter Neighbors play it smart, quickly pump fake to first, change direction over to the third to get the lead runner. Now there's 2 outs. and a runner at first. Ball in the dirt. As we said, game 1 scheduled for 9 innings here in Poplarville. If my voice gives out, I got Darius White to my right here in the ICC Foundation broadcast booth, ready to go. He's shaking his head no, but I think he gets left to right confused with ups and downs sometime. This pitch popped up. It's going to get back and out of play. Right above us here in the ICC Foundation broadcast booth, Mr. Jim Ingram doing a great job there with the ICC Foundation. If you're ever on letsgoicc.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page. You'll see the Foundation logo. Click on that, and you can find out how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College through the ICC Foundation. 1-1 is the count, 2 outs, and a runner on first. And this one, blistered but foul. So nothing but a long strike there, 1-2 now. Goes the count on Noah Barron, the right fielder. Barron batting .324 coming into this series, .393 on base percentage, .568 slugging. So the 1-2 offering, right back up the middle. Second baseman has it, tosses it over to short for the putout, and that will do it. So both teams put a runner on but can't do anything with them. Score that 4-6 on the putout to end the inning. We've played one and we're scoreless here in game 1 between number 2 ICC and number 18 Pearl River. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on letsgoicctv.com.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Sonic Nights is the highlight of the summer.
Oh, yeah. There's probably some pretty big names here checking out these half-price floats.
Oh, everyone who's anyone is here tonight. Look, there are those 2 guys.
What are they famous for?
Huh. I think for eating here all the time.
Are we good at eating here or what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
For a limited time, get real ice cream slushes, shakes, and floats half price after 8 p.m. during Sonic Nights. This is how you Sonic.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back as it's LeBryant Siddell, the left fielder, starting things off here for the Indians. Takes that first pitch inside for a ball. So it'll be Siddell, Lancaster, and Weaver trying to get things started here for the Indians. ICC put a runner on after an error as Siddell pops this one up. Drifting over in foul territory is the first baseman and makes the diving effort. We said anything up in the air today could be an adventure with the way the wind's blowing. As that pitch fouled out of play, or excuse me, fouled for the out. Out number 1, and this is going to be Jackson Lancaster now. Lancaster, the center fielder. A lefty. Ballpark not necessarily friendly to lefties. Lancaster, 306 batting average, 364 on base percentage. Takes that pitch for a strike. 347 slugging percentage. So winning the pitch here. That one missing high and outside at 87 miles per hour. Having to update Twitter as we go here. Remind you can follow us on Twitter. That pitch just a bit high and outside. But to continue that thought, you can follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. Hit us up. Let us know if you're watching. keep up with baseball, softball, or vice versa. Watch softball keep up with baseball. We'll give you some scoreboard updates throughout the day via Twitter. Those scoreboard updates being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. That pitch up high, 3-1 now, goes the count here to Jackson Lancaster. He's the number 6 batter. 1 out after Sedale popped up in foul territory over to first. This pitch popped back out of play, and now the count goes full at 3-2. Well, this is Page on the heel. Fastball consistently right around that 86, 87 mile per hour mark. Waiting on the 3-2 offering is Lancaster. Pops this one up, third baseman. Going back, don't seem like he can find it. Shortstop now, goes over, makes the play in fair territory. What a play out there in left field by the shortstop. As we said, folks, it's the second time we've seen a ball get popped up in the air that has been quite the adventure, as he was able to run down the line and make the semi-leaping catch for out number 2. And now with 2 outs, this will be the right fielder, Kyle Weaver, coming to the plate. Weaver batting .239. He's got a .314 on base percentage. .304 is his slugging, and he takes that first pitch at the knees for a strike at 87 miles per hour. Looks at that pitch, off-speed breaking pitch, a beauty across for a strike, and quickly behind the count now. 0-2 is Weaver. And Weaver couldn't catch up with that one. Another nice breaking pitch there. A 3-up, 3-down inning for the Indians. No runs, no hits, no errors, as the third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Page ends the inning, and ICC can't get anything going in the top of the second. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Hey, Mississippi, let's fill the gap. Did you know Mississippi's community and junior colleges fill the gap between high school and skilled careers? Or that community and junior colleges are also a great value to students? It's true. Not only can they get degrees in these fields, they can actually afford the tuition to get them there. And did you realize that 96% of the state's community and junior college students are Mississippians? Not only that, they tend to stay in the state when they're done with college. And the more students that do so, the more skilled workers we'll have to fill the gap for jobs. And the more people to fill the job gaps, the more money stays in the state. Plus, the value of community and junior colleges in Mississippi is unbeatable. For every dollar the state puts into community and junior colleges, it gets $4.86 back, an almost 5-to-1 return on investment. So, come on, Mississippi. Contact your legislator and tell them to support Mississippi's community and junior colleges. And let's fill the gap.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Gore here with you on Game 1 between ICC and Pearl River. As we said, a top 20 tussle between these two teams. ICC earning their highest ranking ever in the program at number 2. Pearl River at number 18. Now, there's quite the history between these two teams, as Matt Taylor will lead us off here. The center fielder swings on the first pitch he sees. Fly ball out to center field, and it's gone. The wind toted that one for a solo home run, as that one got over the fence out there in center field. And that's what we said. If you can get one up high enough, it can find its way out of the ballpark, as it's a hitter's park here. And that is Taylor's first home run of the year, as he leads off the inning with a solo shot to center field. So 1-0 is your score now here in the bottom of the second. And now up is going to be Wiley Cleland, the DH. Cleland, a .219 batter, .322 on the year, and a .301 on base percentage. They're going to appeal first base to see if he touched it, and they said he did. Well, that would have been big there if the Umpire would have said he missed first. So the home run stands. And 1-0 now is your score. Curveball hangs up for a ball. That pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. After 6 complete, it's ICC still up on Southwest in softball, 4-0. Breaking pitch, a beauty. 1-2 now is the count here on Cleveland. But yeah, we'll talk about the history with these two programs. As we said, not a whole lot of love lost between these two teams as this pitch is popped back and out of play for a strike. We'll stay at 1-2. If you're looking for the softball game, it's on the Blue Channel. Lee Adams has the call on that one. First time he's ever done play-by-play for a game. Got a chance to listen to it. As there's a shot to center field. This one drifting back. Lancaster to the track, and it's off the wall. Try to relay it in, and that's going to be a double. So back-to-back pretty stout hits by Pearl River, and now they'll have a runner on second. I don't think Lancaster kind of knew how many more steps he had left on that when the ball actually hit the bottom of the wall, so a chance to make the play out there in center field, just could not find it. And now up is going to be Luke Harper. Luke Harper batting .255 on the year, .386 on base percentage. Squares to bunt, pops it up, and it's going to get out of play into the Pearl River dugout. Good crowd here at the ballpark. Very beautiful ballpark here on the campus of Pearl River. It's called the Dub. So a runner on second with no outs, 1-0 is the score in favor of Pearl River. Pitch in the dirt. Nice job that time by Neighbors blocking that one up, keeping it in front of him so the runner could not advance. So 1-1 is the count here to Harper, the third baseman. Checks the runner at second, now squares to deliver. Lays the bunt down, fouled off. For strike 2. Now you got to think the bunt will be off here. Pearl River trying to play a little small ball to advance that run over to third. So with no outs and a runner on second, 1-0 is your score after a solo home run by Matt Taylor that the wind just floated out of the ballpark. As we said, a hitter's park here at Pearl River. Hopefully the Indians will be able to return serve in the top of the third. Trying to get out of this inning with minimum damage done. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch here. Swung on, fouled off, and we'll stay at 1-2. So 1-2, still the count here. Let's fake the throw back to second. He'll get back standing up. Pearl River in their maroon stirrups, white socks, white pants, and looks like lightly digital camo jerseys and maroon batting helmets. Curveball to knees. Oh, it was a beauty. Just a bit too inside for the umpire's liking. Neighbors coming back asking where it was, and he said inside, and the umpire said yes. Relaying that to Coach Collier. The Indians in the dugout on the first base side. They trail 1-0. Runner at second after a double. Nice job fighting that one off to keep the at-bat alive there. 2-2 is the count. This is Luke Harper, who is at the plate. Seems like he's been at the plate for quite the minute now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. That's Cleveland at second after a double at the foot of the wall out there in center field. And this pitch popped up, shallow left field, and it's squeezed out there by LeBryant Siddell for out number 1. Not deep enough to allow the runner to advance. 1 away now. This is going to be Magruder O'Bannon, the catcher, coming to the plate. He bats .200 on the year. He's got a .351 on base percentage, .333 slugging. He's the number 8 batter in the lineup. So the runner at second, taking a pretty healthy lead. Now the snap throw over in time. Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. A beauty for out number 2. Well, he did that a couple of times against Meridian. He has got a great pickoff move. The runner got a healthy lead and was promptly erased. A big out there. That pitch missing low for ball. So 1-0 is the count, 2 outs, and now nobody on. Oh, beautiful. Change up that time at 68. Way ahead of that one. It's the final in game 1 of softball. ICC defeats Southwest 4-1. Fastball across at 86. 1-2 now is the count with 2 outs on Magruder O'Bannon, the catcher. And swinging strike 3. And that's another Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Houston Harding. That is his 3rd of the game, and boy, that was a big one. But 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Pearl River there in the bottom of the second. 2 up for the Indians will be number 8, Hunter Neighbors, the number 9 batter, Case of Milliron. And then we'll go back to the top of the lineup in Connor Lewis. But before we do that, we're going to hear a word from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Pick sweet vegetables, just 88 cents. Sister Schubert rolls, 2 for $5. And Duncan Hines cake mix, only 98 cents.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for the top of the 3rd inning. Going to be the 8-9-1 batters due up here for ICC. We also want to remind you of one of our newest sponsors, Legend Sports Grill, located near the baseball field right across from the soccer complex there at ICC. The newest sponsor. We'll talk about some of their menu as we go throughout the day, as that first pitch is up high for a ball. Now, they do have pool tournaments. Monday nights is the amateur 8-ball tournament, a $5 entry fee, 2 out of 3 double elimination. Thursday night, an 8 and 9-ball tournament alternating weekly, $15 entry fee. As that pitch in the dirt for a ball. 8-ball is a 2 out of 3 double elimination. 9-ball is a race to 3. And then on Friday nights, it's a short rack snooker tournament, $15 entry fee, 2 out of 3 double elimination. Sign up for all 3 of those nights is at 6:30. That pitch up high for a ball. 3-0 now goes the count. Every other Saturday is a 10-ball tourney. A race to 5 for the winner, race to 3 for losers. Double elimination, $20 fee. 3 p.m. is the sign-up time there for those tournaments at Legends Sports Grill. And there's ball 4. So the Indians get the leadoff runner on here. That's Hunter Neighbors who draws the walk. And he'll trot down to first, and this will be Case of Milliron, the second baseman, coming to the plate. For Neighbors, that's the 9th time he's been walked this year. I'm going to come in quickly and talk to Paige here after leading off The inning with a walk, second runner on the bags for the Indians. ICC trails this one 1-0 after a leadoff home run by Matt Taylor. His first home run of the season went out over the wall out there in center. So we said the wind is blowing that way, and it's a hitter's ballpark already. This pitch foul back out of play for strike one. Kaysen on the year, batting .280. He's got a .486 on base percentage, .440 slugging, 9 RBIs, and only 1 home run. India's not really a long ball team. Ground ball to the second baseman. Taylor made double play here. There's one, and they've got 2. A Little Caesars double play there to erase Neighbors. Score that one 4-6-3 on the Little Caesars double play there. A big-time defensive play there for Pearl River, and they are fired up over there in their dugout. As now we go back to the top of the lineup, and this is going to be Connor Lewis. As we talked about, we'll talk about it a little bit later on in this. We got 9 innings in this one, but quite the history between these two teams as this pitch is popped up on Lewis's first pitch he sees, and the shortstop will squeeze it for the putout. So thanks to a Little Caesars double play, the Indians go 3 up, 3 down after a leadoff walk to Hunter Neighbors. No score for the Indians. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the third after we hear a word from Little Caesars and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
So you took Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest pizza that has the most cheese and pepperoni at the nation's best price and then stuffed more cheese into the crust?
Yep, it's got 3 feet of cheese stuffed in the crust.
Huh.
Added more cheese to the pizza with the most cheese. Added more cheese to the pizza with the most cheese. They added more cheese to their pizza with
Poor
the
guy.
most cheese.
Couldn't wrap his mind around all that cheese.
They added.
Get a large Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest stuffed crust pepperoni pizza for $9.
Pizza.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
Sonic Nights is the highlight of the summer.
Oh, yeah. There's probably some pretty big names here checking out these half-price floats.
Oh, everyone who's anyone is here tonight. Look, there are those 2 guys.
What are they famous for?
Huh. I think for eating here all the time.
Are we good at eating here or what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
For limited time, get real ice cream slushes, shakes, and floats half price after 8 p.m. during Sonic Nights. This is how you Sonic.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to start the bottom of the third inning. Scooter Ginn, the number 9 batter, will lead things off here. Ginn, Eberly, and Metis due up here for the Pearl River Wildcats in the bottom of the third. 1-0 is your score after a solo home run by Matt Taylor to start the second. Indians were able to get a runner on, but a Little Caesars double play erased that as that pitch on that outside corner for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. Now we talk about these two teams. There's a lot of playoff history between these two teams. As there's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Neighbors gets it. He's going to toss it over for the putout. 1-3 for those of you that may be scoring at home. Now remember, one of my first years here at ICC, Pearl River and the Indians met in a playoff game in Fulton. It was one of those where I think they split during the regular season in a non-conference meeting back when we still had the North-South divisions. And as we said, there's already a history between Pearl River and ICC leading into that one as this pitch swung on and missed for a strike. But it was late in the game. I think it was right around that 9 o'clock hour. Of course, it was a 9-inning game with it being a playoff game. And a runner from Pearl River was trying to score on a squeeze play. And the shortstop from ICC at the time come up, made an excellent play, threw it home, and got the runner out dead to rights. Well, the runner did not like the fact that it was a little bit of a hard tag as that breaking pitch hit him. And so that will put Eberly on after being hit by a pitch. But to go back to the story, the base runner was not too happy with, like I said, it was a bang-bang play, one of those where the catcher secured the ball and kind of muscled himself up, expecting the contact. And as the Pearl River player went to get up, he kind of shoved the ICC catcher back on the ground. Well, the ICC catcher, of course, any young man the age of 18, 19, they like to stand their ground. They don't want to necessarily get ran over. So after he got shoved back to the ground, he retaliated with a shove of his own, and then it was on, folks. You saw players quickly leave both dugouts, scampered towards home plate. The umpires trying to calm things down could not do so as it got out of hand in a hurry. Now, the thing I remember the most about that moment, there was really two things I remember the most about that, is as we wait for this 1-0 pitch across for a strike, 1-1 now is the count here to Metis. He singled and stole a base, was thrown out trying to advance on a strike 3 drop ball. But the thing I remember the most about it, I don't know if many of you have watched the movie The Lion King. And there's one scene in that movie, I can't remember which of it's as there's a ground ball. And no, tagged him out. Well, could have turned 2 that time. The throw from second was off. Heads up play by Connor Lewis to reach down barehanded and tag. And here we go, folks. There's the second trip of the day by the Pearl River coach out to the field. And right now that's being scored 4-6 on a fielder's choice to erase Eberly for the second out. As continue with that story. I don't know if you've seen The Lion King. There's one scene where I can't remember if it's the good lion, the bad lion, that just leaps through some flames, arms just spread eagle wide out as he just floated through the air. Well, there's a young man. He was in the bullpen for Pearl River. And if you're familiar with Crescent Field, you know the bullpen is out in right field. Well, he comes storming out of the bullpen. Full head of steam running from the bullpen. And he gets to the circle area where it's dug out, similar to this here, and leaps. And when he does, he gets almost at 180 degrees and just both arms spread out wide as if he's trying to come through and clothesline some people, swinging wildly throughout the air. And takes out a couple ICC players, takes out a couple of his teammates as the coach is going to talk to the infield umpire and now is going to talk to the home plate umpire. And, of course, if this gets overturned, then we'll have a conversation with Coach Collier and the umpires. So they're talking it over here. But, yes, as that all went on, finally things were calmed down. Players were pulled apart. And it was unfortunate for ICC through all that because they had about 11 guys left on the roster after it was all settled down. And the unfortunate thing for ICC, the young man that started the fight, or started the incident, I should say, that was trying to advance from third, and they're going to say the play stands, so it will be a fielder's choice, 4-6 on the putout. But the young man that shoved the catcher that ignited the flame that turned into that fight did not get ejected because he simply moved away from the situation, went and sat in the dugout. So the umpires, as they were writing down numbers, did not write his down. ICC would go on to get defeated because I don't think they only had maybe 2 pitchers left to pitch game 3. As that pitch is the knees, misses for a ball 1. Now the second story of that is, I don't know for those of you that remember Ladarius Cole, a Gold Glove outfielder for the Indians, a multi-sport star out at Nettleton High School. Day-Day is what we called him back then, but Day-Day and my granddad kind of cut from the same cloth. Growing up, my granddad always told me, Adam, if you see somebody doing something dumb, lay back and watch because they always need a witness. Well, Day-Day, that's what he did. He stayed in the dugout and never left, just kind of laid back and watched the brouhaha happen there, and he was one of the few Indians that did not get tossed that afternoon. And Day-Day, if you know Ladarius, you know he's a very mild-mannered swing and miss for strike 1-1 now is the count. Very mild-mannered kid. Went on to play semi-pro ball on a higher level out in Texas. just all-around great kid, award-winning smile. But that's one thing that always stood out about me was I looked down during all that, and you just see Ladarius laid back, chilling, watching as all the events unfold there. But that kind of tells you the tale is that pitch on that outside corner for a strike. That kind of tells you the tale of the ICC Pearl River, I wouldn't call it rivalry, but games throughout the year. Of course, these two teams, very proud programs. 1-2 is the count with 2 outs. Tossed over to first, not in time. The last time these two teams met, it wasn't really an altercation. It was just a exchange of not so pleasantries between Coach Collier and their head coach as soft toss over to first. There was a chance of rain. They were trying to get in that third game before the rain moved into the area. Coach Collier said, we'll give you 20 minutes between games, and we'll get it started. Their coach just heard, let's get it started part. He said, let's go ahead and play now. Ground ball, and it's foul down the third baseline. And so Pearl River's coach turns around and has a few choice words for Rick and said, you give us 20 minutes. Well, Rick turned around, had a few choice words for him. Now, when I say choice words, I'm not saying 4-letter words, just words of distaste for each other. And Rick very loudly and proudly said, that's what I said. And then they shouted back and forth, went about their ways after that one. So, yeah, it's typically heated whenever ICC and Pearl River gets together in baseball. Soft toss over to first, not in time. 1-2, steal your count here with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the third inning, game 1 here between ICC and Pearl River. And again, soft toss over to first, trying to make sure Metis, who stole a base, actually kind of got a gift last time he stole a base, as the throw was in time, but to the second baseman who was off the bag instead of the shortstop who was covering second. And again, the toss over to first. We'll hear a word from all of our sponsors at the conclusion of the third inning. ICC trailing 1-0 after a home run by Matt Taylor to start the second. 1-2 is the count. Runner at first with 2 outs. And again, toss over to first. I don't know if Hootie's just trying to lull him to sleep. There it is. As he stepped off the bag in a hurry, Hootie just would have given him another little step. Might have been able to get him on that quick throwback. Nice job, heads up that time by Metis to get back. So waiting the 1-2 offering. This pitch lifted out to left field. And LB floating around and finds it. Kind of threw his glove up as if he didn't see it, or his hands out as he didn't see it. He's able to camp underneath it and squeeze it for the final out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base after being hit by a pitch. We've played 3, ICC trailing 1-0. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast on Let'sGoICCTV.com is presented by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Food Giant, the Sonic of Fulton, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, the ICC BSU, Bank of Okolona, Legend Sports Grill, the ICC Wesley Foundation, Choice Palm, Kegel Eye Center, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the ICC Alumni Association, and the ICC Foundation.
Did you know your child's eyes can be checked as young as 6 months of age? They do not have to know their letters or even be able to talk in order to receive a comprehensive eye exam. Your eye doctor can tell you many things just by looking at them. I'm Dr. Laurie Kegel of Kegel Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide proper diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your eye appointment today at Kegel Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back as Page takes his final warm-up toss as we get set to move the top of the 4th inning. For ICC, it'll be the 2-3-4 batters coming up. Kyle Krieger, Justin Medlin and Drew Thomas. Krieger reached on an error back in the first inning, was left stranded over at first. Krieger enters this series batting .361, pops this one up in foul territory. Third baseman makes the play for out number one. So right now the Indians just cannot seem to figure out the riddle that is Shemer Page. And now up is going to be Justin Medlin. Medlin 0 for 1 of the day. Struck out swinging for the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Page. One out now, nobody on. Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty across at 73 miles per hour. As we said, a unique feature here at the ballpark is I do have a radar gun up in the scorers area. And another breaking pitch. That one just up a little bit. Looked like a carbon copy of the first one. But says it's a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Softball, ICC wins 4-1 in Game 1 over Southwest. That was on the Blue Channel. Game 2 should be getting ready to fire up here at any time. Big, healthy swing that time by Medlin. Couldn't catch up with the 86-mile-per-hour slider. Maybe more of a fastball with a wicked tail on the end of it. We'll try to find you some more scores throughout the league. 1-2 pitch coming. Foul back will stay at 1-2. There's one out in the inning. That pitch at 85 miles per hour. We do want to say Good Friday to you all here on Good Friday. 1-2 pitch coming. And it's in the dirt, but thrown out over at first. It is the fourth Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day, recording him out 2-3. On the toss down by the catcher. And 2 away now. And this is going to be the DH, Drew Thomas, who struck out looking at a wicked breaking ball. One that everybody thought was out of the zone. Is that pitch a beauty across for a strike? The umpire returned the favor in the bottom half of the inning on a pitch that looked to be well outside for a strike. 3 call as well. Thomas couldn't hold off that one. 75, almost a 12-6 breaking pitch that time. And Page is grooving early. That pitch inside for a ball. 1-2 now goes the count here on Drew Thomas. LeBryant Siddell on deck if Thomas could find a way on here to avoid the 3-up, 3-down inning. And swung on and missed for strike 3. Held on to it, and back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts. 5 strikeouts on the game for Page. And ICC just cannot get anything going. Hitless through the first 4 trips to the plate. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has the extra most bestest for $6?
$6? I gotta sit down.
Yeah, it has the most cheese and pepperoni for the nation's best price.
Most cheese and most pepperoni? I gotta sit all the way down.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set now for the bottom of the 4th inning. Going to be Noah Barron, the right fielder, who grounded out to second to end the first to start things off here. Remind you to follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. If you're watching the baseball game, as that pitch across for a strike, you can keep up with softball or vice versa. As that fastball across, missing outside. 1-1 now is the count. 1-0 is your score thanks to the swing of a bat of Matt Taylor, who's on deck. He had a solo shot to center that pitch in the dirt for a ball. 2-1 now goes the count. So 2-1 the count here. And this one lifted out to center field. Lancaster will drift over and squeeze it for out number 1. So 1 away now, and this is going to bring up Matt Taylor, who right now is the difference in the game. Got a fastball up high, lifted it just enough in the air to get over the wall out there in center field for a solo home run. In baseball action, after 3 complete, Jones leading Northeast 6-1. That's in game 1 as that pitch missing for a ball. That's a Bank of Okolona scoreboard update. bankofokolona.com for more information there. Swung on and miss. Trying to go down and get a low one that time. 1-1 now is the count. Meridian leading Southwest Mississippi 12-0. Heading to the bottom of the third of that one in baseball. And Colin, they're leading 2-1 in the bottom of the third with 2 outs. Not sure who they're playing. 1-2 pitch. That one falls well short of the strike zone. Those are some Bank of Okolona scoreboard updates. So 2-2 pitch coming. This one, fly ball out to right field. Weaver will camp underneath it and squeeze it for out number 2. Well, anything you hit to right field, if it's getting out of the ballpark today, it's going to have to travel because the wind is blowing in from first base out to left, not blowing as much as it was earlier as the flag, laying pretty limp out there. And now this is going to be Wiley Cleland coming to the plate. He doubled what picked off as he swings the first pitch he sees, and that's going to be a little seeing eye single. That's going to get its way through, and that'll be for the second hit of the day there for Wiley Cleland. And so 2 outs now, and a big hit there for Cleland. And now up is Luke Harper. So Harper, the third baseman, trying to extend the inning here. 2 outs and a runner at first. And cannot catch up with the high heat there. So 0-1 is the count. 1-0 your score. A solo home run in the bottom of the second, proving to be the difference so far in this one. Bottom of the fourth. A little quick toss over to first. Runner able to get back standing up. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday as the rivals of Northeast come to town. That'll also be our first radio broadcast of the year on FM 95 Sports. That pitch missing low at the knees. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a runner at first. And Harding's going to toss it over. Not much of a toss, just a little soft toss. Just keeping him honest over there at first. 1-1 is the count. In the dirt. Runner didn't think about going. Good job that time by Neighbors. Keep that one in front of him and almost daring to take off to second. But instead, Cleveland just went back to first. Says no harm, no foul. 2-1 now is the count as we venture slightly north of the 3 o'clock hour. As this pitch popped up, the shortstop comes in and squeezes it for the putout to end the inning. So no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left stranded. We've played 4. ICC still looking for their first hit of the day. It'll be LeBryant Siddell, Jackson Lancaster, and Kyle Weaver due up next when we come back here on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast on Let'sGoICCTV.com is presented by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Food Giant, the Sonic of Fulton, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, the ICC BSU, Bank of Okolona, Legend Sports Grill, the ICC Wesley Foundation, Choice Palm, Cagle Eye Center, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the ICC Alumni Association, and the ICC Foundation.
When I think of potential, I think of a matchstick. When a matchstick reaches its potential, it releases a flame that ignites everything around it. 2018 brings new potential for you and your life at Itawamba Community College, where you are each empowered to do great things. You can be better, accomplish more, and live a life that is above the bar. Your potential is here.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the 5th. ICC trailing Pearl River 1-0. And this is going to be LeBryant Siddell to start us off here. LeBryant on the year batting .372. He's got a .518 on base percentage, .651 slugging. LeBryant does have some power, could tie up this ball game with the swing of the bat. So he does have 2 home runs, takes that first pitch high for a ball. Now we talked about some of our newest sponsors that's come on board. Cagle Eye Center, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics here for baseball and softball. Breaking pitch across for a strike. We also want to talk about Legend Sports Grill. Talked about some of their pool tournaments they have going on throughout the week. We'll talk about their hours and look over their menu over the next little bit as that pitch missing high for a ball. Now, they're open Mondays through Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Thursdays, they're open 11 a.m. to midnight. They're located at 910 West Main Street. That's 910 West Main Street. And there's a line drive, and it's going to get down. So the Indians get their first hit of the day, and Siddell is going to try to turn it into 2, and he will not. Well, not what the Indians were looking for there. Not really sure what LeBryant was looking at that time, as he was gunned down easily on the play. So that will be a single on the play, and then score that 7-4 on the putout. So even though the Indians do get their first hit of the day, it's erased on just not good base running by the Indians. So to go back to talk about Legends, they have $5 appetizers until 5 o'clock, and then anything after 5 o'clock, it moves up to $6 as that pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here on Jackson Lancaster, who flew out to the shortstop in shallow left field. Some of those appetizers include cheese fries as that pitch fouled back. Fried pickles, that's what I'm a big fan of. Fried cheese sticks, spicy pickle fries, Legend Cowboy Bites, Legends Cheese Curds, and Legends Hush Puppies. Also, don't forget about the jalapeno bites, fried mushrooms, and bulldog bites. check swing, said he went for strike 3. The 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Page, and Page has just been lights out, folks. He has hit his spots, and he has kept the Indians' bats quiet. Even the one hit that he's given up, it was a race trying to turn it into 2. And so this will be Kyle Weaver at the plate. Looks at a breaking pitch across at 75 miles per hour for a strike. Of course, they have their wings. You can get 6 wings for $7, 12 for $12, and 18 for $16. They have boneless and traditional wings. Flavors include honey mustard, honey barbecue, sweet chili, buffalo, and what they call boom boom. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds good. That's their wet sauces. The dry rub is garlic parmesan, smoky barbecue, Louisiana Cajun. And then you get your classic meals. Of course, whenever I went, was early on when they first opened, they had hamburgers. That's what I got. It was a really good hamburger. You can get a hamburger for $5 or get the basket for $7. I opted for the basket. As that pitch high, 3-1 now is the count. You got hamburger, cheeseburger, chicken strips, and Legends fried blue crab. I will have to go try that soon. That sounds good. 3-1 is the count with 2 outs quickly here in the top of the 5th. That pitch missing, and that'll be a ball. So Weaver, after striking out to end the 2nd, will walk here, and he'll be over at first. And Hunter Neighbors, who walked in his first at bat, will be up for the Indians. We'll continue to talk about this. They also have a shrimp po' boy, a Fulton cheesesteak. You can add bacon to anything, and, you know, what is bacon not good on? And so runner on first with 2 outs. ICC trailing in this one 1-0. Neighbors well ahead of that one. Nice job coming with the curved ball off speed that time at 76. Some other foods, they have half dozen shrimp, whether it be steamed or fried. They got a chicken club sandwich, Legends patty melt, a ribeye sandwich, a bacon mushroom Swiss burger, and Rebel double BLT. Soft toss over to first, not in time. They got salads, a house salad, a grilled chicken salad, and a fried chicken salad. And I'm making myself hungry talking about all this food. 0-1 is the count here to Neighbors. And that pitch up high nearly hit him that time. 1-1 now goes the count. Their sides include a loaded potato salad, fries, regular or spicy, house fries, tater tots, homemade slaw, salad, onion rings, baked potatoes, or you can get 3 shrimps as a side. They've got a Legends fresh house-cut Angus steak, 8 ounce, 16 ounces. As that pitch on the corner. Neighbors trying to say it was outside. The on-plate umpire did not agree. 1-2 now is the count. They also offer a seafood. It comes at market price. Steamed mussels, fried shrimp, steamed shrimp, and Mississippi Farm-raised catfish. 1 filet or 2. And don't forget, they also have the coldest beverages in Itawamba County. This pitch fouled out of play. Drink specials throughout the weeks. They're open Mondays from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Thursdays 11 to midnight. They're located at 910 West Main Street, right there in Fulton, just down from the college. That's our newest sponsor, Legends Sports Grill in Fulton. And so Hunter Neighbors trying to extend the inning here with a 1-2 count and a runner on first. And looks at strike 3. And Hunter Neighbors looks back at the home plate umpire and does not like the call. But I'm going to tell you, folks, Page is dialed in. That is his 7th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. The Indians, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. ICC did get the hit by LeBryant Siddell, but he was thrown out trying to turn that into a double. And then a walk issued to Kyle Weaver. He's left stranded at first. So we'll move to the bottom of the 5th inning. ICC trailing this one 1-0. Going to try to get a quick 3-up, 3-down inning and see if they can find some bats as we head to the 6th. We'll be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
So you took Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest pizza that has the most cheese and pepperoni at the nation's best price and then stuffed more cheese into the crust?
Yep, it's got 3 feet of cheese stuffed in the crust.
Huh.
They added more cheese to the pizza with the most cheese. They added more cheese to the pizza with the most cheese. They added more cheese to their pizza with
Poor
the
guy.
most cheese.
Couldn't wrap his mind around all that cheese.
They added.
Get a large Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest stuffed crust pepperoni pizza for $9.
Pizza, pizza. Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as 1-0 is your score. Pearl River with the lead. Swings on the first pitch he sees, and it's going to be a little flare out to shallow center for a base hit for Magruder O'Bannon. So not wasting very much time there was O'Bannon as he picks up the 5th hit of the game here for the Wildcats. The Indians only with 1 hit. And now this is going to be Scooter Ginn, the second baseman, who grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat. No outs and a runner on first. Ginn, and then Everly is on deck. We'll try to find you some more scores throughout the area. Remind you, if you're looking for softball, that's over on the Blue Channel. Shows bunt, lays it down, and it goes foul for strike 1. So trying to play a little small ball here with a 9-hitter. It's what Ginn tried to do last time. Or, excuse me, actually he started the inning in the 3rd. It was not Ginn, it was Harper who was trying to lay down those bunts, fouled them off. And after what seemed to be about a 5-minute at-bat for Harper, he finally was retired on a fly ball out to left. So the Indians trailing in this one 1-0, a battle between two of the top 20 teams in the country. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes it for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. We do welcome those watching on Let's Go ICC TV and say hello to the ICC family and hello to those that might be in support of the Wildcats this afternoon here in conference play. Indians on the road. Softball at home against Southwest. The softball team picked up a 4-1 win in Game 1. Shows bunt, fouls it. And 1-2 now is the count. So you figure the bunt is off in this situation now with a 1-2 count. And looks like softball leading now 1-0 in the bottom of the first over there on the Blue Channel. 1-2 is the count here to Ginn. This pitch, flare, foul, and it's going to get out of play just over the bullpen area out here. As we said, a beautiful layout here for the ballpark. As you see, wind picking up, moving out to left field. It is a hitter's park, as the wind has been whipping today, and that makes it even more so. That's really the difference in the game today. Matt Taylor was able to sneak one out of the ballpark as this pitch popped up in foul territory. First baseman chasing over. Can't get to it as it bounces off some of the brick out there along the first base foul territory area. It was a single by Samantha Conley to score Corey Childs, who gives the Indians the 1-0 lead there over Southwest in softball action on the Blue Channel. Lee Adams with the call there. 1-2 is the count. Curveball. Fouls it off, keeps the at-bat alive. So you hear pretty good little crowd out here for ICC this afternoon, making that trip down south. About 4 hours and 15 minutes on that drive from Fulton. Not a bad drive, though. Jump on 58, head down to Meridian, then jump 59 south as this pitch popped back and out of play over the top of the ICC Foundation broadcast booth. And, of course, when we talk about the ICC Foundation, we talk about how you can contribute to ICC, whether it be scholarships, building funds, or more. Visit iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. 1-2 is the count. No outs and a runner on first here for the Wildcats. They lead 1-0. Bottom of the fifth. That pitch hangs up high. 2-2 now goes the count. Was able to come down late last night and dropped off in Meridian. Able to catch up with a former volunteer or intern for the ICC Sports Information Department now at Southern Miss, Haston McKissick, who is from Smithville. Pitching the dirt, blocked up nicely that time by Hunter Neighbors. Had supper with him, and he was talking about some of the things he's doing in his media broadcast major there at Southern Miss. This summer, he'll actually be biking across the country. I can't remember what the name of that is that he's called that he's doing it, but he'll bike basically from one side of the country to the other. He's raising money. You can find his Facebook page. Just look up Haston McKissick. Hasten is his first name. Runner goes. Wow, ball four is called. So now runners on first and second. We talked about Legends being one of our new sponsors. Another new sponsor as well is Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. And the home plate umpire here in Game 1 as Cagle Eye Center is the proud sponsor of our presenting our umpires here for this series. Well, Bill Sterrett, the home plate umpire, might need to make a call. 862 Eyes. That's 862 Eyes to set up an appointment there at Cagle Eye Center. So runners on first and second, no outs, and now Pearl River trying to get something going here in the bottom of the fifth. They lead it 1-0, trying to pick up some insurance runs here. Shows bunt and fouled it off. This is Eberly at the plate. Eberly is 0 from 1 today. He struck out looking to start the bottom of the first. He was hit by a pitch in the third, but was retired on a fielder's choice. Houston Harding still on the hill here for the Indians. As we said, he is the reigning MACJC Pitcher of the Week. 14 strikeouts in the Indians' 5-0 win. Scattered 4 hits over a 9-inning complete game effort. A very impressive performance by Houston last Saturday there in Fulton. So 0-1 is the count. Runners at first and second here. Pearl River tried to lay down a bunt, and they do it again here, and this one's foul. So having a tough time getting on top of the baseball on these bunt attempts is Pearl River this afternoon. Credit Houston Harding knowing the situation and not really getting them anything up to be able to get the bat on. And 0-2 now goes the count here on Eberly. Boy, the Indians would love to see a Little Caesars double play here to at least get one out or get turned 2 outs. Be 1 out closer to getting out of this jam. Runner at second takes the lead. And time is taken by the batter. We're talking about some of our other sponsors, the ICC Alumni Association, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Choice Pond, the ICC Wesley Foundation, the Bank of Oklahoma, and the BSU. Oh, good pickoff move there. And Coach Collier's wanting to come out here and talk to the infield umpire, and it's really one of those that you know it's going to fall on deaf ears here, but you heard the ICC faithful, and you saw it right here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. And that looked to be plain as day. Able to get him on the pickoff move there. And so Coach Collier just wanted to come out and be heard here in this situation and let him know, hey, I feel like you missed the call there. Want to get a definition of why he said he was safe. And Rick getting his money's worth. Started to walk away and said, no, I'm not done. And now the infield umpire asking him to leave. And usually when they ask him to leave like that, if you give him a little bit extra leash, usually means he made a valid point. And now Houston Harding stepping back, kind of just getting the definition of what happened there. 0-2 is the count here to Eberly. So a tough break there for the Indians. Great pickoff move by Houston Harding. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Good job there, battling back to get the strikeout. As you take a look at it right there on the Little Caesars instant replay. The second time that Eberly has struck out today, the fourth Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Harding. And now with one out, runners on first and second, this will be Medius coming to the plate. He is 1 for 2 in the afternoon, reached on a fielder's choice, was left stranded in the third. Single stole a base as the ball gets away, and runners will be able to advance into scoring position now. So now that questionable call at second looming extremely large for the Indians. So 1-0 is the count here to Medius, the left fielder. He singled, stole a base, but was put out trying to advance to third after strike 3 was dropped. Smart play by Neighbors to get the lead runner to get the out. And this ball is grounded off. 1-1 now is the count. Indians trail this one 1-0. Pearl River knocking on the door, trying to extend the lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Houston Harding on the hill here for the Indians. Curveball, and this is going to be out to the gap. 1 run will score, 2 runs will possibly score on this one, and this will be a double as the ball bouncing off the field. Actually, they're going to try to turn it into a triple. The throw over is not in time. A triple there for Medius, as Lancaster had trouble finding the ball out there in center field, and a clutch hit there pushes across a pair of runs, and now it's 3-0 in favor of Pearl River. So a big-time clutch hit there for Bryson Medius. A 2-run triple, and now he's got a chance here to extend the lead after a base hit with Landry coming to the plate. Landry 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a fly out to left to end the third. That pitch in the dirt for a ball. Where you're going to have to mark it here in this inning. Like the runner was picked off, called safe, allowing that to be a 2-run triple instead of just a 1-run triple there. 2 pitches in the dirt, blocked up nicely that time by Neighbors. 2-0 now is the count. Fastball inside for a strike. 2-1 now goes the count. So the Indians in a little bit of a bump in the road here. Swung on and missed. Nice job taking some off that change up that time at 69 miles per hour. 2-2 now is the count. Runner at third with 1 out. That's Medius, who just had a 2-run triple. Way ahead of that one for strike 3. Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay, as that is the 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. And this will be Barron coming to the plate. The Indians need to get out of this inning with minimum damage done. Pearl River trying to extend it here with a 2-out hit. Barron is 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out to second to end the first. Flew out to center to start the 4th. That pitch at the knees called a strike. We're moving to the bottom of the second in softball. Check swing did go through for strike 2. ICC leads it 1-0 after Olivia Burns strikes out the side in the top of the second. Colin over Northwest 3-1. That's after 4 complete. That's in baseball. And there's strike 3. So he could not hold off on the bat. High heat that time did continue through. And that is going to be back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts to get the Indians out of a slight jam there. But the damage was done on a 2-run triple by Medius, as Pearl River now leads it 3-0 as we've played 5 here in Game 1. We play 9 innings in the first game of the day. ICC's got to find a way to get their bats fired up here. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
What if Mississippi's community and junior colleges didn't exist? You'd see a much different Mississippi, one without these degrees. And the jobs that come from them. One where many would fail to get a higher education because affordable community and junior college is their only hope. We're in danger of this happening thanks to state budget cuts. In fact, Mississippi once ranked #1 in America's community and junior college systems. #1. But now has slipped out of the top 10, way out, which is already a consequence of budget cuts. So, what if community and junior colleges didn't exist? If budget cuts continue, we may well find out. Contact your legislator and tell them to support Mississippi's community and junior colleges.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's ICC trying to find some bats. They've only gotten 1 hit so far here in the contest, and it'll be the 9-1-2 batters due up here for the Indians, Milliron, Lewis, and Krieger. Milliron grounded into a double play back in the third. Swings on the first pitch. A little slider that fell off the table. At 73 miles per hour, 0-1 is the count. Well, Page is just has handcuffed the Indians today. As that breaking pitch hangs up on him that time and goes for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. But yeah, the Indians just cannot figure out the riddle of Page. He's given up 1 hit. Well, the Indians have gotten 2 walks and 1 reached on an error. Just no runs to show for it so far. That pitch falls outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. And that one's going to hit him. Ouch. You heard the thud. As that is the first time a batter has been hit today, and ICC will take runners any way they can get them, as Milliron will head down as took that one off the back of his shoulder. If that had been me, I'd still be on the ground right now. Calling for the trainer, if not the Undertaker. And now we go back to the top of the lineup now in Connor Lewis, the shortstop, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to left, popped up to short to end the third. So Lewis looking for his first hit of the day. Indians looking for their second. That pitch paints the outside corner for a strike. Well, the Indians' only hit of the day belongs to LeBryant Sedale, and he was thrown out trying to turn a single into a double, and he was thrown out about by 2 steps. Wasn't even close that time, so I don't know if he just didn't pick up the ball or Coach Ernest over there on the side just couldn't find the brakes on him. That pitch across for a strike. Fastball at 83 miles per hour. 0-2 now is the count here on Connor Lewis. One thing Page is doing beautifully today is that's mixing up his locations and his pitches. He'll go breaking pitch, and then all of a sudden come back and battle you with some high 80s fastballs. And that time, change up, he took off of it. Throw down to second is in time. And so is that going to be a strike him out? Yes, strike him out, throw him out. Well, when it's going your way, it's going your way, and that was the case there. As that erases Milliron, and they say first base was taken, so that was not open to allow the runner to get away. As that pitch across, boy, everything going the way of the Wildcats in this one. Indians just looking all out of sorts as that pitch missing low and outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Kyle Krieger. Krieger reached on an error, was left stranded back in the first. And then he flew out. As that ball is going to drop and get away from the second baseman. So that will be a triple here. And boy, man, how big is that now on that pickoff? Catching Milliron, trying to steal. Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. The diving effort, couldn't get to it. Ball gets past the right fielder. And Krieger never checked up that time. And now the Indians, boy, if they can find a 2-out hit, it would be huge. Justin Medlin 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And time is going to be taken now. The slow walk to the hill here by the Pearl River coach. We'll step away with them and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Indians with a runner at third with 2 outs, trailing 3-0 here in the top of the 6th.
Gotta be hoops and wings.
Nah, subs.
Wings all day.
How about a sub?
Dude, wings.
Nah.
Really?
Gotta have ice cold Coke.
I'll drink to that. Now that's how it's done.
The new extra most bestest pizza from Little Caesars is topped with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for the nation's best price. And now for a secret message.
Surrender to the toppings.
Incredible! Extra most bestest, the most cheese and most pepperoni for just $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as ICC taking a moment to kind of rally over there in front of their dugout on the first base side. It was a 2-out triple by Krieger. Tough for the Indians as Milliron was caught stealing. Want to strike him out, throw him out for a 2-out turn there. And now with a runner at third, this is going to be Justin Medlin. Medlin, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts, takes a healthy swing at that first pitch, missing for a strike. 0-1 now is the count. The Indians trail 3-0. Their best opportunity to put a run on the board right now here in front of them. They can find a 2-out hit. Milliron looks at that pitch. Low in the zone for a strike. 0-2 now is the count. A lot of fans not liking that one, but you got to remember it's where the ball crosses the plate. It's right above the knee on the front of that pitch. Milliron chases a pop ball, chases a high pitch and pops it back out of play. 0-2 stays the count, but yeah. Page is doing a good job of working low in the zone, gets it above that lead knee and knifing towards below the back knee, but still a strike. 0-2 is the count. 2 outs and a runner on third here for the Indians after a triple by Krieger. That pitch high. Great effort by O'Bannon to go up and just get a glove on that one to keep it in front of him. There is a good bit of room, as you see here behind home plate, to possibly score that run from third. So 1-2 is the count here on Medlin. Time is taken here by Medlin. See a butterfly floating around out there. 1-2 is the count here on Justin. Trying to extend the inning and push a run across with a hit here. And swings and miss. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Page. The 9th of the game for Page, and it gets out of a jam. The 3rd time today that Medlin has gone down swinging. And the Indians just cannot get a break or anything going their way here in Game 1. A 2-out triple by Krieger, but could not find the bat on the ball, and ICC trails it 3-0 as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Before we do that, we're going to hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
What's better than waiting in line at the bank? Literally everything. Renaissance Bank's mobile check deposit lets you take care of checks wherever you want. Click on Deposit Check in the Renaissance mobile app. Read and hit Continue on the bottom of the notice page. Sign it. Write your name, account number, and for mobile deposit only on the back. Photograph it, front and back, so we know it's real. Type in the amount, choose the account to deposit into, click Continue, and go on your way. You'll receive an email that is being processed, but hold on to the hard copy until the check clears, and then rip it up and throw it away. So what are you waiting for? Download the Renaissance mobile banking app and make waiting in line a thing of the past. Check. Phone, check. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
Welcome back now as we have a new pitcher in the game here, a Choice Pawn pitching change, as it's Sam Harrington entering to pitch here for the Indians. Harrington, we'll take a look at some Sonic stats on Sam. He is 2-0 in the year. He's got 4 saves. He's pitched 11 and 1/3 innings. He's given up 11 hits, 3 runs, 2 of those earned, 4 walks, 13 strikeouts. Has a 1.59 ERA. Has that pitch missing for a ball. This is Matt Taylor, who homered back in the second. That pitch after the ease for a strike. And a curveball in the dirt. Bounces up and nicks the home plate umpire. 3-0 is the score in favor of Pearl River. And it's been Shamar Page who has just been lights out here for the Wildcats. He's only given up 2 hits and been able to get out of a jam. And after one of those hits, got some help defensively got some help defensively with Sedale, who was thrown out trying to stretch a line drive to left into a double. He was thrown out dead to right, 7-4. 3-1 is the count. And that pitch missing low for a ball. So Harrington walks Taylor to start the inning. And here comes trouble. Wiley Cleveland doubled and singled in the contest. He was picked off back in the second after his double. But he has put the bat on the ball well today, as Pearl River has 6 hits in the contest to ICC's 2. ICC also with 1 error. Or excuse me, that's actually an error that belongs to Pearl River, not the Indians. That pitch missing low. 1-0 is the count here. So Harrington a little struggling early, trying to find the strike zone. A little soft toss over to first, not an issue. Well, you go back to the bottom of the 5th, you think you've picked off a runner at second for the second out. That pitch across at the knees for a strike, 81 on the gun. But instead, a questionable call going the way of Pearl River, and it results in a 2-run triple. And it gives a 2-run cushion now to the Wildcats as we're in the bottom of the 6th. This game scheduled for 9 innings. Curveball, and boy, I tell you what, Wiley Cleveland took a healthy cut at that one for strike 2. If I swing that way, my back's out for the next 3 weeks. So the 1-2 pitch coming. Fastball across for strike 3. Take a look at that. Batter tried to call time, was not given to him. And again, a little slow to walk away from the plate after that on a strike 3 call. That is the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Sam Harrington. And now this is going to be Luke Harper. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Popped up to short to end the 4th. Flew out to left. Back in the 2nd. Snap throw over to first, not in time. NJCAA sending out their top plays of the week. Indians coming in at number 10 with the Trey DeSantis throw home to end the game against Meridian. That was game 2. ICC was able to hang on for that 4-3 win. Nominated 2 plays as well this week. We'll see if we got them both on there. That pitch paints the corner of the plate. 1-1 now is the count. Snap throw to first. Not in time as the runner dives back. So 1-1 is the count here to Harper. Runner goes. They try a little hit and run that time, and the ball is fouled off. And 1-2 now goes the count here on Luke Harper. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner on first here. Awaiting the 1-2 offering here from Harrington. Grounder up the middle. And Milliron loses it. An error. And the runner will advance to third. Another break going the way of the Wildcats here in game 1. Well, you hear the old saying, a day where the breaks beats the boys. And right now the breaks, not necessarily that's all that's beating the boys here in game 1, as Pearl River's done a good job of taking advantage of the opportunities. A solo home run. They took advantage of a 2-run triple, so they've put the bat on the ball. But at the same time, though, the breaks are still beating the boys for the Indians. The breaks in Shamar Page, who has 9 strikeouts through 6 innings of work. Runner will take second without an issue. So now Pearl River with runners on second and third with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. This game scheduled for 9 innings here in game 1. That pitch outside for a ball. Didn't hear much out of the ICC faithful on that one. 2-0 offering. Couldn't catch up with the fastball at 81. 2-1 now goes the count. Can the Indians get out of this inning with no damage done? Pearl River, though, trying to extend this lead. They're up 3-0. This pitch fouled back. 2-2 now is the count.
Right here, Sam. Be smart. Right here.
I don't know what's going on with Meridian right now. There's a strike 3. Just a 12-6 curveball, and it was a beauty. Got him looking for the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the heck. Meridian leading Southwest 21-0 in baseball. And that is after 4 complete. Wow. That pitch up high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 21-0. Meridian leading Southwest after 4 complete. That will be a run rule contest without a doubt there in game 1. And they're going to say he went. Yes. Strike 2 is the call. Well, a little drama in the call that time as the home plate umpire pointed at him, and then said it was a strike. So 1-2 now is the count with 2 outs. Runners on second and third here for the Wildcats. 1-2 pitch coming. Strike 3. Big time job there by Sam Harrington to get out of the inning and get out of the jam with back-to-back looking strikeouts, brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Can the Indians' bats find a little heat here as we've played 6. The Indians trail at 3-0. We'll take a break and hear a word from Renaissance Bank and more. Be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
This broadcast on Let'sGoICCTV.com is presented by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Food Giant, the Sonic of Fulton, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, the ICC BSU, Bank of Okolona, Legend Sports Grill, the ICC Wesley Foundation, Choice Pawn, Cagle Eye Center, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the ICC Alumni Association, and the ICC Foundation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. ICC's, well, their bats have betrayed them so far here in Game 1. They only got 2 hits so far, and we'll have a new batter coming to the plate. This is going to be Jacob Hall. He'll be batting in place of the DH, Drew Thomas. Coach Collier trying to find somebody that's got some bats that they want to swing here. See if they can't spark a rally. We're in the top of the 7th. This game's scheduled for 9 innings here in Game 1. Hall looks at that first pitch across for a strike. Boy, I tell you, when Shamar Page has been cruising, he has been cruising, folks, and he hasn't thrown a whole lot of pitches today either, and he has been locating well, has got some good help behind him defensively, but he has just kept those Indian bats quiet. And Jacob Hall right now, looking at strike 2, 0-2 now is the count. I'll give you a scoreboard update after this pitch. 0-2 offering. Missing low and outside. Softball's up 2-0. That's in the middle of the 4th over there on the blue channel. Burns picks up her 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. There in the top of the 4th, ICC leads it 2-0. Hall pops this one up. Left fielder jogs back to start with. Dances around, and the wind is calm and grabs it out there in left field. Well, I didn't think it had the pop off the bat to be able to get deep out of the park. I don't think the left fielder picked it up initially, and he basically took a step back, returned to his original spot, and squeezed it for out number 1. And so now this will be LeBryant Sedale coming to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a single, was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Takes that first pitch across for a strike. The thing that has made Shamar Page so difficult today is the fact that he has failed behind maybe 2 batters. And he's walked both of those, but for the most part, he has been ahead of the ICC batters all day today. Good looking pitch there. Not sure where that one missed. 1-1 now is the count. So Shamar Page has just been lights out. Has handcuffed the Indians to only 2 hits so far. That pitch missing high and outside. 2-1 now is the count here to Sedale. Of course, when I talk about Sedale, we talk about him being from Tupelo High School. Braden Bishop makes me mention that he's one of a former #ThemBlanket. Two-1 is the count. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 7th for the Indians. Sedale fouls this one out of play, and 2-2 now is the count here on LeBryant Sedale. Jackson Lancaster due up for the Indians. Sedale just confused by the breaking pitch there. Comes up empty. Strikeout number 10 for Shamar Page. We talked about it. This Pearl River pitching staff is a good one. Page 5-0 on the year, and he has proven why he's there. That pitch across for a strike. He's he's feeling it, folks. He is not afraid to fill up the strike zone. The Indians, with his curveball working as well as it is, have been laid back all day today, have been on their heels. That pitch missing low and inside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Well, Page is just basically getting it back, saying, let's go. He is working with purpose here in the top of the 7th. This pitch inside, fouled off. 1-2 now goes the count. We talked about coming into this series, the standings, and we'll talk about those standings. Those being brought to you by Sonic. Is that pitch in the dirt? Pearl River atop of the MACJC at 6-0. They're 20-4 overall. East Central 7-1 inside conference play, 18-6 overall. 2-2 pitch outside missing. See the infield starting to jog in that time. 3-2 is the count. The Indians at third at 5-1. Jones at 5-3. Meridian at 5-3. They'll improve to 6-3. They're up 21-0 in the 4th. Then you've got Hines at 3-3 and a logjam at 4-4 as we're waiting the 3-2 offering here. And it's a walk, a 2-out walk issued to Jackson Lancaster. Only the 3rd free pass of the day. He has hit a batter, but has only given up 2 hits. And this is going to be Kyle Weaver coming to the plate here for the Indians. So ICC trying to spark a 2-out rally here. At 4-4 is Gulf Coast, Northwest, Northeast, and Southwest. For Southwest, trailing 21-0, will obviously drop game 1, barring a miracle of biblical proportions, as that pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Then you've got Colin at 3-5, Coahoma and East Mississippi at 2-6, Delta 1-5, and Holmes at 1-7. That's a very deceiving 1-7 record. This pitch popped up a mile high. Second baseman going over and squeezes it for the putout. So once again, the Indians cannot get anything going. And kudos to Shamar Page, as that will end the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Sonic Nights is the highlight of the summer.
Oh, yeah. There's probably some pretty big names here checking out these half-price floats.
Oh, everyone who's anyone is here tonight. Look, there are those 2 guys.
What are they famous for?
Huh. I think for eating here all the time.
Are we good at eating here or what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
For a limited time, get real ice cream slushes, shakes, and floats half price after 8 p.m. during Sonic Nights. This is how you Sonic.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. Check out this week's specials.
Pick sweet vegetables, just 88 cents. Sister Schubert rolls, 2 for $5. And Duncan Hines cake mix, only 98 cents.
At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to start the bottom of the 7th. I'm going to have some changes here defensively for the Indians. So let's just go ahead and give you your Coca-Cola defensive lineup here for ICC as we can see it here in the bottom of the 7th. Looks like new third baseman is Russell Bunch. Shortstop is still Connor Lewis. Second baseman is going to be Mill Iron, and over at first is still Justin Medlin. LeBryant Siddell is out in left field. Looks like Lancaster remains out in center, and Kyle Weaver is still out in right. Pitching, Sam Harrington. Behind the plate is Hunter Neighbors. That is your Coca-Cola defensive alignment for the Indians here in the bottom of the 7th. This pitch fouled straight back for strike 1. So yes, your only choice pawn position change is Russell Bunch coming in at third. He is replacing Kyle Krieger. As that pitch across for a strike. 0-2 now is the count. Indians gotta find something, anything going in this one. Only 2 hits. Nothing to show for those 2 hits. Breaking pitch, missing low. See if he couldn't get him to chase one that time. He did not. 1-2 now goes the count. Meridian is up 21-1 over Southwest. That's after the bottom of the 5th. Ground ball. Shortstop Lewis throws over. Good stretch at first for the putout. Score that one 6-3 for those of you scoring at home. A lot more difficult than you would think it was. Pretty good speed motoring down the base. And that retired Eberle. So Eberle 0 for 3 on the day. He was hit by a pitch, and here comes trouble. Bryson Medius, picked up a 2-run triple in his last at bat, was reached on a fielder's choice in his second. That pitch at the knees at 83 for a strike. He also singled, stole a base, but was put out back in the first. So he has been a tough out for the Indians today. Took a healthy chop at that one, came up empty on the 81-mile-per-hour fastball. 0-2 now is the count here on Medius. 0-2 pitch coming. This one lifted deep to left field. Left fielder's going back, and it's out of the ballpark. Well, Medius with the solo home run. And that kind of just the tale to tape here in game 1. Everything going right for Pearl River. As he fell behind 0-2, got after a fastball that was high out of the zone. The wind gave it a little bit of a kiss and out of the ballpark. As we said, you did anything out there to left today with some power, it's going to find its way out of the park. The wind not blowing that much out there in left field, but it was a solo home run. And right now, Medius, if he gets another at bat, he may be thinking double. He's got a chance to hit for the cycle. And Landry, who has struck out twice and flown out to left to end the third, takes a healthy cup at that one and misses. Breaking pitch, missing low. 1-1 now is the count. 5-0 now. Softball leading Southwest. That's after 4 complete as that pitch across for a strike. Olivia Burns drives in 2 runs on a single. And then Corey Childs follows with an RBI single as well. 5-0 ICC trying to complete the sweep. As this pitch flared out to right, and that one's out of the ballpark. Back-to-back jacks for the Wildcats. And I said it was going to take something to get one out of right field. Well, guess what, folks? That one was a no-doubter there for Landry. And the wheels on the bus go round and round, and they're coming off for the Indians right now. They trail this one 5-0. Coach Collier is going to make a change here as we'll take a break and come back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast on Let'sGoICCTV.com is presented by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Food Giant, the Sonic of Fulton, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, the ICC BSU, Bank of Okolona, Legend Sports Grill, the ICC Wesley Foundation, Choice Palm, Kegel Eye Center, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the ICC Alumni Association, and the ICC Foundation.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit, to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome back, as we do have a Choice Pawn pitching change here, and this will be Hughes coming into pitch. Hunter Hughes trying to find an exit here for the Indians after back-to-back home runs. As that pitch missing low and inside for a ball. Back-to-back home runs make it 5-0 now here. Pearl River in game one. It's just been one of those days where the Indians just can't get anything going. And Pearl River has taken full advantage of that. That pitch missing high for a ball. That pitch across, fastball at 84 for a strike. This pitch foul back. 2-2 the count here with one out. So 2-2, awaiting the pitch. Fouled off, staying alive here as this is Noah Barron. Barron 0 for 3 on the day, struck out to end the sixth. Flew out to center to start the fourth and grounded out to second to end the first. Good news for Mr. Barron. He cannot end the inning here as he's done so twice so far. There's a ground ball and just a little seeing eye single that gets through the shortstop and the third baseman. And the hits continue here in the bottom of the seventh. Talking about the hits, remind you our first radio broadcast will be on Wednesday as we take on Northeast on FM 95 Sports. You can hear the hits of yesterday every day on FM95radio.com. And now this is going to be Matt Taylor. Matt Taylor got it started for Pearl River back in the second with a solo home run to start the inning. He has walked and flew out to right. As that pitch across for a strike from Hughes. Hughes is the third pitcher of the game here for the Indians. As this is going to be a flare out to center field. Jackson Lancaster having to hurry on the run and makes the catch as he crashes into the wall, and he is down as he ran into the wall hard out there where the door was. Had the wherewithal to toss it over to his right fielder, Kyle Weaver, to make sure the runner did not advance, and he is up as the trainers are heading out there to center field to check on him. Coach Collier heading that way as well. Boy, that was a hard hit out there off the wall by Lancaster, as we said, towards the door of the outfield out there, and I don't know if that was the old bullpen out there in right field, but a scary moment there as Lancaster up on his own now, kind of walking it off. He hit right where that door opened, so you're almost afraid that he might have caught the opening of that door. And Coach Collier talking to him, talking to the infield umpire, making sure he's okay, and he says, yeah, let's play ball. So a scary second out there as Lancaster okay, and this will bring up Cleland for the Wildcats. I got to give credit where credit's due now. The trainers here from Pearl River did not waste any time once the play was called dead by the infield umpire to race out there towards Lancaster out in center field. And once he got up, kind of waved them off, but they still made their way out there. So kudos to the trainers here at Pearl River to get out there in a hurry. That pitch missing low. 4 ball. Barron was not able to advance thanks to the fact that Lancaster quickly tossed the ball up to Weaver. As that pitch up high, 4 ball, 2-0 now is the count. It's 5-0, middle of the 5th in Game 2. ICC softball over Southwest, trying to complete the sweep there. Awaiting the 2-0 offering here from Hughes. The wind is picking up. Fastball across at 82 for strike 1. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. And this pitch lifted out towards right field is going to get out in foul territory. Just runs out of room over there, does Kyle Weaver. Well, you figure Weaver playing out there in right field, he is getting an earful today as a large contingency out there in that right field lounge area. It's just out of your screen here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, but a very nice setting out there as they've got, I would say, close to 30 seats out there in right field, standing room area. They have the K's draped across the outfield wall, representing the 10 Renaissance Bank strikeouts today by Shamar Page. Hughes steps off the mound. 2-2 is the count here. And this pitch fouled out of play and will stay at 2-2. It's the bottom of the 6th, and Colin leading Northwest 5-4. Foul ball, and we'll stay at 2-2. Of course, we're keeping an eye on that one. Colin 3-5 in conference play. Northwest 4-4, so they could trade spots. Pending that one, that's game 1, so they still got a couple of innings left there as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on first. And this pitch roped but foul. Got into the bullpen area of Pearl River and hopped right back out. A hard hit ball that time by Wiley Cleveland. He's been a tough out today. He doubled, singled, and has struck out. He was picked off at second. That was back in the 2nd. And a curveball fouled off, and Cleveland will keep the at-bat alive. C-L-E Land. Not Cleveland, but Cleveland. Talk about some of our other sponsors, the Bank of Oklahoma, the ICC Baptist Student Union, Itawamba County Farm Bureau Agent Joey Cox, Sonic and Fulton, Food Giant, Little Caesars, and Renaissance Bank, all proud to bring you this action today. And that pitch inside. They've got the runner picked off if they can get him. The throw in time, they say. So let's take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. Score that one 3-6 to end the inning to retire Barron. But the damage done. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. ICC, do they have a rally in them? Or is it just Pearl River's day here in Game 1? We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
I could get the extra most bestest with the most cheese and the most pepperoni for $6. Or I could get a pizza with less toppings for more money.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome back, as we do have a Choice Pond pitching change here. Shamar Page being replaced by Colin Danley. Let's take a look at some Sonic stats on Danley. He's a freshman right-handed pitcher, 2-0 in the year. He's pitched 15 innings. He's given up 10 hits, 5 runs, all 5 of those earned. He has walked 6, struck out 20, and has a 3.0 ERA, and that 20 mark is tied for third on the team. Let's take a break and come back with the top of the 8th. ICC trailing it 5-0 here in Game 1 at Pearl River.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings.
Burgers.
7-layer dip.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill and an ice cold Coke.
It's got to be cold.
It's Tailgate 101.
And welcome back now as Danley's taking his warm-up tosses. So the Indians got to start it here. See if they can figure out Danley, who has come into the contest at fastball at 89. 5-0 is your score. This pitch popped up. First baseman drifting over in foul territory. Now going back, and it comes in fair territory. Actually, the infield umpire said it was a foul ball. When he caught it, either way it goes, he catches it for out number 1. That was Neighbors, who is retired for the 3rd time today, and now up is going to be Russell Bunch.
Now batting number 22, Russell Bunch.
So Bunch, who entered the last inning, will come in here. Swings on the first pitch he sees, fouls it out of play for strike 1. That pitch at 91. So Danley, this cat can throw the baseball. So he is part of this pitching staff that is pretty darn good here at Pearl River. Fastball missing outside at 91 again. The radar gun has been pretty accurate today as it's fastball, and that one fouled out of play for strike 2. 89 on that one. So Danley's job is to come in, throw strikes, and throw them hard. So the 1-2 offering here. Tried an off-speed pitch, foul ball. Good job by Bunch that time, not being confused on that breaking pitch. It was 77. Man, what a drop-off. From 91 to 77, Bunch able to foul that one off and keep the at-bat alive here. 1-2 is the count with 1 out. Top of the 8th, ICC running out of outs here. They trail 5-0. And a fastball at 92. Swung on and missed for the strikeout. The first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Danley. And now we go back to the top of the lineup here in Connor Lewis. Lewis 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Struck out looking. Part of a strike him out, throw him out. In the 6th, he's also popped up to end the 3rd to the shortstop and flew out to left. Fastball outside corner at 90. Curveball across for a strike. Lewis shaking his head, yes. That one clocked at 75. That first pitch looked to be outside off the plate. Maybe so fast that the home plate umpire couldn't see it. This pitch fouled off. Went with the curveball again there at 78. So 0-2 is the count here on Connor Lewis. Fastball missing. That one looked to be more of a strike than the first one he called a strike, so maybe a makeup call there for the Indians. So 1-2 now is your count with 2 outs. Top of the 8th, ICC trailing 5-0. They're going to ask if he went, and they said he did not. One of the few times that the home plate umpire has appealed down on a check swing today, and it goes the way of the Indians. 2-2 now is the count. Smart play, though, by Magruder O'Bannon to instantly come up and tag the batter in the event that it was going to say he committed to it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fastball got him. That one clocked at 96. Boy, I tell you what, Danley throws so hard, there's a couple of blind people that showed up today just to listen to him throw it. ICC can't get anything going as we move to the bottom of the 8th. They trail 5-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
So you took Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest pizza that has the most cheese and pepperoni at the nation's best price and then stuffed more cheese into the crust?
Yep, it's got 3 feet of cheese stuffed in the crust.
Huh. They added more cheese to the pizza with the most cheese. They added more cheese to the pizza with the most cheese. They added more cheese to their pizza with
Poor
the
guy.
most cheese.
Couldn't wrap his mind around all that cheese.
They added.
Get a large Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest stuffed crust pepperoni pizza for $9.
Pizza.
Need money now? Get a Choice Pawn loan on things you already own, like guns, boats, campers, trailers, recreational vehicles, and just about everything else. Get a loan from Choice Pawn in Fulton and Tupelo. Get cash today. ChoicePawn.com.
And welcome back. So we have a Choice Pawn pitching change here. This will be Whit Roten coming into pitch for the Indians. Let's take a look at some Sonic stats. Here on Whit, he's got no decision on the year. He's only pitched 3 innings, given up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 of those earned. He's walked 3, struck out 3. He has a 6.00 ERA. Those stats being brought to you by the Sonic in Fulton. Remind you, they've got those drink specials going on after 8 p.m. Sonic in Fulton, proud to sponsor ICC Athletics here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. So Roten will come in to pitch. His first pitch popped up, back and out of play for strike 1. Looks like Roten may be the only change here for the Indians defensively. Bunch is still at third. That pitch in the dirt, 1-1 now is the count. Yep, that fastball was clocked at 96. That's what it said on the board anyway. Not a lot you can do as that pitch falls off the table for strike 2. So waiting the 1-2 offering. In the dirt, 2-2 now. Ground ball to the shortstop. Throw over is in time. 6-3 on the putout. Nicely done over there by Connor Lewis at short to retire. I think that was Cleveland, maybe. And so now Harper will come to the plate. So yes, that was Cleveland. Ground ball to the third baseman. I'll get it right eventually. That's Russell Bunch who tosses it over for the putout. 5-3 for the second out of the inning. And now this will be O'Bannon coming to the plate. Indians looking for their first 3-up, 3-down inning of the afternoon here in the top of the 8th. That pitch on the corner for a strike. Big healthy swing there, missing. And there's strike 3. Nice job by Roten to come in and get a first 3-up, 3-down inning for the Indians and a Renaissance Bank strikeout to end the inning there in the bottom of the 8th. We'll take a break. ICC down to their final 3 outs of the contest. Can the Indians spark a big-time rally here in Game 1 to find a way to at least pull even or maybe even go ahead? So we'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast on Let'sGoICCTV.com is presented by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Food Giant, the Sonic of Fulton, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, the ICC BSU, Bank of Okolona, Legend Sports Grill, the ICC Wesley Foundation, Choice Pawn, Cagle Eye Center, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the ICC Alumni Association, and the ICC Foundation.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back now as we move to the top of the 9th inning. ICC down to their final 3 outs of the contest here in Game 1. And this will be Kyle Krieger to lead us off here. Krieger, who was playing third, is now moved to second. Ground ball over the head of the pitcher. Second baseman backhands it, throws over. And that's just how the day has gone for the Indians. Now, I didn't get the camera angle switch quick enough, but you saw the awkward throw, and it just beat Krieger by a half a step. That might have perfectly summed up the day here for ICC. And Medlin fouls this one ahead. They said it's actually off his foot. And Medlin's going to walk this one off a second. Good job by the home plate umpire. You see he's going to go out there and kind of just slowly walk the ball out to the pitcher, allowing Medlin to walk it off for a second. We'll go into our Renaissance Bank postgame report here in Game 1 at the conclusion of this one. ICC 2 outs away from dropping a 5-0 decision here in Game 1, and it's because of Shamar Page. Man, he was lights out. 10 strikeouts through 7 innings, only gave up 2 hits. As that fastball clocked at 89, fouled off. 0-2 now is the count here on Medlin. Medlin is 0 for 3 on the day. He struck out to end the 6th, struck out in the 4th, and struck out in the 1st. Medlin's got enough power. If he can time one up, he can give it a ride, but instead swings at a breaking pitch for the third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day here for Colin Danley. And now the final batter, or the final out now for Pearl River to pick up, could be in the form of Jacob Hall, but Hall's going to try to come in and extend this contest here. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the 9th. That pitch outside, missing low for a ball. Well, this is just one of those games you tip your hat to Pearl River and say, good job. You got us in game 1 here, and try to rebound and see if you can earn a split on the road. So 1-0 is the count here to Hall. Ground ball. Danley can't find it. Shortstop's going to have to hurry. Bare hands, throws over, though, not in time. So a 2-out single there by Hall. Great job by Hall. Never gave up on that one, dug it out, and was able to beat the throw over. The 3rd hit of the game here for the Indians. And now with a runner on first and 2 outs, this will be LeBryant Siddell. Well, you can't get 5 runs back all on one swing, but you can start chipping away from it. And the Indians going to try to do that here. Siddell, 1 for 3 on the day with a single and a strikeout. Fastball in that outside corner at 90. Called strike 1. Well, the good thing about a fast pitcher, if you can time it up, and we saw it a couple of times by Pearl River, as there's a blistering shot over to first. The first baseman blocks it up and will step on the bag, and that will do it. 3 unassisted to end the contest. And Pearl River, impressive today, ladies and gentlemen, as they pick up the win 5-0. We'll give you your final line here on the afternoon. ICC, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Pearl River, 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error as we enter the Renaissance Bank postgame report. We're going to take a break and hear a word from Renaissance Bank and come back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
What's better than waiting in line at the bank? Literally everything. Renaissance Bank's mobile check deposit lets you take care of checks wherever you want. Click on Deposit Check in the Renaissance mobile app. Read and hit Continue on the bottom of the notice page. Sign it. Write your name, account number, and for mobile deposit only on the back. Photograph it, front and back, so we know it's real. Type in the amount, choose the account to deposit into, click Continue, and go on your way. You'll receive an email that is being processed, but hold on to the hard copy until the check clears, and then rip it up and throw it away. So what are you waiting for? Download the Renaissance mobile banking app and make waiting in line a thing of the past. Check, phone, check. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC falls in game 1 by the final score of 5-0. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it was all Pearl River this afternoon here in game 1. We talked about it, your final line. ICC, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Pearl River, 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. And we're going to take a look at some Sonic stats, and let's start with Pearl River. Derek Eberly was 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. He was hit by a pitch. Bryson Metis didn't get up his final at bat, but was a double away from the cycle. He had a single, a triple, and a home run. He had 4 RBIs, so he was 3 for 4 on the day. He did reach on a fielder's choice. Simon Landry was 1 for 4 with a home run and 2 strikeouts. Noah Barron was 1 for 4 with a single. Matt Taylor was 1 for 3 with a walk and a home run. Wiley Cleveland was 2 for 4 with a double and a single. Luke Harper was 0 for 4. He did reach on an error and stole a base. Magruder O'Bannon was 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and a single. Scooter Ginn was 1 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. For ICC, well, slim pickings this afternoon, as it was Connor Lewis who was 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. Kyle Krieger was 1 for 4 with a triple. He did reach on an error in the first, but was left stranded. Justin Medlin 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Drew Thomas 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Jacob Hall was 1 for 2 with a single. LeBryant Siddell was 1 for 4 with a strikeout and a single. He was thrown out at second, trying to turn that single into a double back in the 5th. Jackson Lancaster 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. Kyle Weaver 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Hunter Neighbors 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. And Casey Milliron was 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play. He was also hit by a pitch. And it was Russell Bunch, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Got to pick a Sonic star of the game. Oh, man. Whit Roten. He came in to pitch in the 8th and got the only 3-up, 3-down inning for the Indians. He did have a strikeout, so Whit Roten will be our Sonic star of the game here in Game 1. Well, that's going to do it here for Game 1. The Indians are going to look to rebound in Game 2 as they fall 5-0. As we'll take a break and be back probably close to that 5 o'clock hour here for Game 2. ICC falls 5-0 in Game 1. Back in about 20 minutes here on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
When I think of potential, I think of a matchstick. When a matchstick reaches its potential, it releases a flame that ignites everything around it. 2018 brings new potential for you and your life at Itawamba Community College, where you are each empowered to do great things. You can be better, accomplish more, and live a life that is above the bar. Your potential is here.